If the filibuster obstructs us, we will abolish it. If the Supreme Court objects, we will expand it. And we will not rest until we have taken weapons of war out of circulation in our communities.
Really? Really? You're just gonna crap all over the Constitution, the Bill of Rights? You say that our democracy is under attack because of the Republicans, yet you are sitting there saying that you are going to do whatever you can despite what the Constitution says. What's up, it's Tuba Billy. Man, this is getting ridiculous. This fight over guns. You've got one side is wanting to try to solve the problem, and the other side wants to take away every single gun and make law-abiding citizens into criminals. That's the short end of it. You talk with any Democrat who is not for the Second Amendment, and they share the same thing. Common sense gun control. High capacity magazines. And now apparently 9mm are these super deadly, high caliber rounds that can blow a lung out of a body. Sorry, what were you lying? That's just ridiculous. Guns kill people. Well, guns are designed to shoot holes into bodies. Really? What do you think they were made for? Be a lawn ornament? Guns are made for a purpose. They are a tool. If you choose to use that tool to go and shoot up a school, you are an evil slime ball of a person, and you deserve to rot in prison and in hell for the rest of all eternity. Some common sense things that we can do to stop these tragedies, instead of waiting for one to happen and then calling the police, calling the good guys with the guns to come to the rescue, which we learned from Uvalde that they may or may not be up to that challenge. That was kind of a disaster on the police's part. So you got two options. Do you want to wait for the gunman to get there and then call in the good guys with the guns, or do you want a good guy with a gun already there and able to stop it? Let's talk about the hardening schools. I don't know about other states, but Georgia, every school has at least one school resource officer. It's a sheriff's person in the sheriff's department that's carrying a gun. Now, most of the ones I've seen are kind of like on the older side, a little bit overweight, if you know what I mean. Not too sure, if they're tactically trained or that up to speed, but it's a deterrent nonetheless. What about arming teachers? Okay, I'm not talking about handing out guns to every single, pre-K teacher. Okay, I'm talking about let's train them, ones who are willing to do that. Excuse me, allergies. Train them so that if that happens, there is someone able to stop it. And sorry, Mr. Senator, you moron from Tennessee, you don't have to look back that far, like a week ago, to an evil person with a rifle. Notice I did not say assault rifle, because that's a made-up term. With a rifle, shows up at a party and starts shooting people. Wounds 2. This woman pulls a what? A blowgun? A knife? No, she pulls a gun out of her purse and shoots the evil person dead, saving 40 lives. So yeah. So the lie that you just told, that nowhere in history has someone with an AR-15 stopped someone, or yeah, someone with a gun has not stopped someone with an AR-15 ever. Happened last week, dummy. So it's ridiculous. So if the left could ever solve gun control, and there was absolutely zero gun violence, they would lose a whole lot of their talking points. Like, that's one of their major platforms, is gun control. I'm sitting here at this stupid red light, just waiting and waiting and waiting, and I think I'm just gonna go, because this is just ridiculous. Yep, no cops. Yep, 1, 2, 3, let's go. Anyway, they have to be inept in order to keep their stranglehold on their followers. And every time they get so emotional, pounding the pulpits, we have to do something. Well, guess what? The one thing you want to do will not work. Oh, background checks, we already got them. Okay, we already have background checks. There are no gun show loopholes. Sorry, that is an absolute all-and-out lie. If you don't believe me, go to a gun show and try to buy a gun. And then say, oh, hey, can I get this without a background check? They will laugh at you and tell you to go away. Or they'll say, no, you have to do a background check because that's the law. Guess what? So we already have background checks. There's statistics out there that show that maybe, I think, 2% of people in prison who are in prison for gun crimes, 2% actually did a background check. That means only 2% bought their firearms legally. And I don't really think the other 98% got them inherited from grandparents. You know, don't think so. They didn't get them from the gun show loophole because it doesn't exist. Guns don't kill people, people kill people. I know it's a tired old cliche, but it's true. That evil AR-15 didn't just wake up one day and say, I'm gonna go shoot up a school. No. And you know what? If someone with an AR-15 decides they're gonna come and attack my house, they're gonna be met with an equal or greater force. So the Democrats will not be satisfied until every single firearm is illegal. They're saying it. But let's ban all semi-automatic guns. Guess what? That's like 99.9% of guns out there right now, including handguns. Okay? Muskets, you know, barrel-loaded muskets, those are not semi-automatic. Revolvers, those some of those are semi-automatic too, because you know, you keep pulling the trigger, it'll keep shooting. It automatically reloads or resets. So, man, this road's getting bad. So, no, before you try to sell me on some common sense gun control, I mean, if you want to have a debate, if you want to sit down and talk with me about it, let's talk. Let's talk about the things that may actually make a difference. But you turning me into a criminal is not going to make a difference. I'm not the one going to shoot up schools. I'm not the one that's even threatening. I stand for the Second Amendment in order to protect people, in order to protect my family, my property. And if it comes to it, to protect the country from a tyrannical government, because that's why it was written, right? In order for the security of a free state, what does the free state need? Freedom. Okay, you cannot have a tyrannical government or a tyrannical leader and have freedom. So we are the militia, the people. The right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. So what part of shall not be infringed is not absolute? And before you say, oh, people couldn't own cannons, yeah, they could. They could. Just look at the supporting documents, the letters from the guys who wrote it, saying, oh yeah, it applies to artillery. So quit with your lies. And if you believe this BS, get an education. Better yet, go get a gun. Get some training. Get a gun. You'll have to do the background check no matter where you buy it from. Unless you're getting it on the back streets and black market. In that case, you're a criminal. But the fact that mail-order President Biden is trying to make all gun owners into criminals, that's not very unifying, is it, Captain Unity? It's infuriating. And it is just another crack. It's widening the crack that is dividing and splitting America in half. We are getting so close to just... It's a powder keg. It's got to be. Something is going to set it off and something's going to blow. People are not happy. People are not going to take it for very much longer. On either side. You've got the left saying that that the right's out to get them. And you've got the right just saying you're destroying the country. You're making us into the bad guys. So that's what it is. Just please be excellent to each other. Tuba Billy signing out. God be with you till we meet again.